Good evening and welcome to another live editing session. Got a few, got how many? 2, 4, 6, 7 images to wrap up here for this session. Going live a little earlier today because kids are watching the show. It's pouring down rain outside, and hopefully the electricity won't shut off. Apparently, it's shut off like 5 times today. So hopefully it'll keep going. Let me switch over to my monitor over here. My other monitor, and I'm just going to go ahead and start editing. As usual, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Before we get started, I want to let everybody know that I have a 50% off promotion going on right now on all of my courses, my classes, my overlays, all that stuff on at Philip Homiser Photography. PhilipHomiserAcademy.com. Use promotional code Corona Break to get 50% off. Corona Break, one word, because we all need a break from Corona. So, I've got 2 more horsey pictures to edit here. And then we're moving on to the piggy. So I'm just going to use the preset I've been using the last few. I might make a few tweaks here. It's a touch. I'd say it's a touch on the dark side, but at the same time, I think I'm just going to brighten up the, because I've got the shadows cranked. I'm gonna brighten the horses up a little bit in Photoshop. It's all called post-production. I'm gonna go ahead and change the crop here. I like this composition here because I have one of the horses' heads on the bottom right third, the other one, on the bottom left third, and then the horse's backs on the upper third line. So it's a good composition. I like this composition. I'm going to go ahead and use my paintbrush, paint over them here. And is my Wacom tablet going to work tonight? Looks like it. I'm going to go ahead and start from up here on the upper left side where the light is coming from. You can tell by the reflection of the light coming off their backs that the light is coming from this direction. So I'm going to start from there, pull down. There we go. Here's our Lightroom before and after. Go ahead and move over to Photoshop. Make sure my phone is muted. Because I think I had it going off last time. I need somebody to comment to let me know if my commenting section is working, because I was having an issue last time where I was getting comments but it wouldn't tell me where they were coming from or how many people were on. I'm seeing that there's people on now. Nobody from YouTube. I'm live on YouTube and on Facebook. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and make a duplicate of my background layer here, and I think we can get rid of these flies that I just happened to capture. They were right in the line of focus. Let's just get rid of them. Whoa. We go ahead and I'm going to add a curves adjustment layer because I'm going to brighten them up a little bit. At least the horse in the front. So I'm going to pull up there on the exposure. I just pulled up the exposure there. Invert my layer mask. Use a brush at 100%. And just paint, probably just mostly right here in the front. She's just a little dark. All right. Go ahead and do some dodge and burn on here. Just kind of pull out the detail a little bit, make the horse pop off. I'm mostly doing it to the horse here in front because she's the one that's in focus. She's primarily the main subject of the photo. One back here is a little out of focus. but I'm gonna go ahead and pull the detail out on her a little bit too. This is a mother-daughter horse, and one in the front, I believe it's the one in the, oh, I might have it wrong. I'm pretty sure this is a mother and daughter horses. And anybody that's watching that may be local, I am doing photo shoots. As long as there's less than 10 people, we will not be breaking the law. and I tend to do it in somewhat secluded areas, at least right now. So if anybody's interested, just hit me up. All right. I wanted to get it on a little bit earlier, see if there was going to be more people on who might be able to catch me while I'm live. I'm not sure. We'll see if anybody comes on. With the software that I'm using Restream, and it tells me how many people are on, but it doesn't tell me like who's on or anything like that. It'd be kind of nice if it did. Then I can call you out. All right, so here is my Photoshop before and after. So just pulled her out, just made her pop off the background. If you zoom in a little bit here, you can see she's much sharper and just kind of jumps out of the picture here. Here's the before. See, she's almost hazy. And then my after, she just jumps right out there. All right, on to the next. And this image is almost exactly identical. we'll go ahead and crop it. I'm gonna crop it to a 5:7. And into Photoshop. You guys, if you just don't start asking questions soon, it's just going to be a very boring live session because I'm just going to be here talking to myself primarily. I kind of like to be able to answer some questions. That's why I like going live. Kind of get a dialogue going on, get some interaction, answer some questions. Look at that mosquito. We got mosquitoes out there. Natasha was asking a question last night just to get the conversations going about like where do you go as a beginner photographer, and maybe I should talk about that a little bit. So at least the way we learn as humans is academically we don't really have it right. We go to school, we go to college, you read books, right? Read books, teach. And you can learn a lot that way, but you can't really implement things very well. At least in my experience, this is how it goes. I'm a very visual learner. I like to watch videos, like educational videos, and I could tell you every aspect of whatever it is I'm watching and feel like I have it all figured out. But until I actually start to try to do it, I don't actually. That's why I realize, oh, okay, maybe I don't actually know what I'm doing. But it's in the experience of it, the actual doing of it, is where the education actually happens, where the learning happens. And so, all that said, the way I learned photography is I essentially just grabbed my camera, and I went out and I just shot, and just messed around. I didn't know pretty much anything about the settings or anything. I just started messing with it. I changed the setting, and I see what kind of effects that had, see what that did. And then after I did that a couple of times, like, okay, when you do this is what happens. And then let's try the next one, move on to the next one, and just messed around with it, experience. and I learned so much quicker that way. If I was to go to college or something like that, if I were to go to school to learn photography, I probably wouldn't be anywhere near as good as a photographer as what I am, because I wouldn't have the experience. So it's very important and very overlooked that you go out and just experiment with it, get some actual experience. And so that's kind of where I get out with my courses. I give everything I possibly can to you guys, but at the end of the day, ultimately I just encourage you guys to go out and do it. Just take what you learn and go out and implement it, because you might think, okay, that sounds simple enough, I've got that figured out, but until you actually go out and do it for yourself, you won't actually have it figured out. So that's my beginner's tip for the day. I have a free course. If you guys don't know, I have a free course which you can take if you go to photographysecretscourse.com. photographysecretscourse.com. You can sign up for my free course. And I've had college professors contact me and ask me if they can use my course in their curriculum. I've also had students contact me and tell me they've learned more in 1 week of taking my course than they did in their entire college semester of taking photography. And I think it's just for that same reason, just showing you, go out and actually get some experience. Sort of the transcribing version of photography. If you're trying to learn music and you're trying to strengthen your ear, play by hearing, the best way to do that is to transcribe. Listen to a song and try to play it, figure it out. And then once you've got it all figured out, I think you've got it figured out, look at the sheet music and see how close you were. That's a good way to train your ear. So it's kind of the same idea with photography. I just go out, get the camera, or maybe even if you see a picture that inspires you, go out and try to duplicate it. Try to do everything you can to get as close as you possibly can to the same picture, and you'll start to really be very observant about, okay, what direction is light coming from? Is there a narrow depth of field in there? I wonder what lens they're using. Is the compression? Does it look like it's a telephoto lens, or is it more like a portrait lens, or like a 35 millimeter or something like that? Really get your brain start thinking. It's the transcribing of photos, and a lot of the times, specifically if you are looking at and what is it? What is it? Hold on, it's been so long. Flickr. If you're a Flickr user, if you go to Flickr and you go through there and you find images that inspire you on there, you can actually see the EXIF data of the images. That's one of the things that really helped me out. That's actually exactly what I did. I'd find images there that I really liked, that inspired me, and I'd look at the image before I look at the EXIF data, and I would put in my best guess as to what lens they use, not necessarily what camera they use, although I would kind of get an idea based on the color profile, because each camera kind of handles color a little bit differently. So I could kind of get the camera figured out by that, but it was more like, what kind of lens did they use, what focal length, how shallow was the depth of field, things like that. And then I would write all that down, and I would check the EXIF data, and after a while, after doing that a couple of times, I'd start to get pretty good at it. There's a fly flying around here. Boy, it is dead tonight. This evening. It's not even tonight, it's this evening. There's nobody on. I figured there'd be a bunch of people on. That's why I got on earlier. Well, we are on to, everybody's been waiting for the Pot-Bellied Pig. And here we are. I'm going to probably restart. Let's see, how do I want to approach this? I think I'm going to go ahead and hit this as a starting point. Let me go ahead and crop this. This pig was amazing. Do a center crop there. Yeah. I'm gonna cut her arms off there. She was feeding him something to get him to kind of look up. I think I should shoot this wide open. Okay, I shot this at 2.2, but this was my 135mm lens. That is shallow. Oh, the sun, actually, I believe the sun was coming from over here, but based on the light on him, it kind of looks like it might be coming from this direction. It's actually probably, if I remember right, it was almost directly behind, like right up here, which is, there's rim light all around. So I'm just gonna go straight down. Hey Perry, I'm pronouncing your name right. How you doing? Thank you for commenting. It's been dead in here. There's like 2 people watching. I've been in here talking to myself for the last 17 minutes. And I've got this one fly flying around here, and I had a fly swatter in here, but somebody ran off with it. All right, gonna bring this into Photoshop. Good. How you handling up over there doing the pandemic? Has everybody lost their minds over there too? This fly is like buzzing all around me. All right, so there's a lot of dust particles flying around here. I'm gonna remove some of them. I like dust particles. In fact, I have a dust particle overlay, so I'm gonna leave most of it. But I'm gonna try to clean up his her face a bit. Gonna do some piggy retouching here. Yes, the fly is bored. It's determined. It just keeps buzzing. I don't know if you guys can hear it on the mic. It just keeps buzzing right through here. It's going back and forth. Hold on a minute. Next time he comes around, he probably won't come back now. Oh, there he is. I'm afraid I'm going to hit my Mac. I don't want to do that. Had a wasp in here the other day. In fact, I don't remember taking him out of here. Oh, come on now. He's not really harming anything, it's just annoying. He keeps buzzing me. Alright, some piggy retouching here. There we go. Clean some things up there a little bit. There's like a branch or something right up here in the corner. I'm going to go ahead and remove it because it's a little distracting. And this, I don't know why my Wacom tablet keeps warning me. It keeps giving me a weird warning. Ever since I updated to the latest Mac iOS, get all these weird warnings for no reason whatsoever. Keeps saying, go into the settings, change the privacy settings, and I'll go in, I'll change them, and it doesn't change anything. It keeps giving me the same warning over and over again. All right, I'm gonna, whoa, oh, okay. Yeah, Photoshop is a glitch. I fixed it. Good. All right, do some dodge and burn here and get him to kind of pop off the, kind of pop out of the picture there. Her. I think it was a her. All right. Jolene, are you on? It was a her, wasn't it? Can't remember. Can't remember her name. Okay, so that just really, really helped pull out the details. Basically what that did is it darkened the shadows and brightened the highlights. It just kind of emphasizes the details, helps bring the details out. Perry, I use my Sigma 135 millimeter 1.8 lens, and I shot this particular photo at f2.2. And yeah, got my lens right here. I primarily shoot with this lens. I did shoot with my 50 millimeter, my 51.4 a couple of times in this shoot, just because we were in a tight spot. I couldn't, I was too close. It was very bright out, and I found an area of shade, and only the area was very small. So I had to, everybody's going live tonight. I had to whip out the 50 millimeter. Everybody says it's too heavy, but you haven't felt heavy until you use the 200 2.0. And I used that thing for over a year. That's still my favorite lens. I just don't use it near as much now, just because it's a 40-year-old lens and it's got a little bit of haze in it, whereas my Sigma lens is just, it's crystal clear. It's sharp. It's about as sharp as can be. Let me just zoom up here. This is not really the best example because of the pig, but it's pretty sharp. Whereas if this was my 200, there'd be a hint of haze, and also there'd probably be a lot of chromatic aberration. A lot of chromatic aberration. There's very little chromatic aberration in my 135. Can't talk this evening. Get some water. But yeah, that's my primary lens, and they're both Sigmas. My 135 and my 50 are both Sigmas. Now my 200 2.0 is an old Nikkor lens. I had to get an adapter to hook it to my Sony because Sony doesn't make a 200 2.0. It's only Canon and Nikon. So I got an old Nikon, and the threads are backwards on it. Every time I go to put that on, I'm like, what's wrong with it? It's broken. It won't twist. And I'm like, oh wait, yeah, right, it's a Nikon. Threads are backwards. Yep. 7200. I would imagine that's a 2.8, not a 2.0, right? The 7200 is a 2.8. And I don't think it's quite as heavy as the 200 2.0, just because there's just that much more glass in it. But it's probably pretty close. I've never used one. I've never seen a lens produce the type of bokeh that the 200 2.0 produces. It's just something like the 135 1.8 is close, but it's just not the same. It's like dreamy looking with the 200 2.0. And the 7200 is not quite the same either. You get more of the 135 millimeter 1.8 look with the 7200. But I don't know, something about it just looks like a painting in the background. You don't have to do anything to it at all. It just comes out that way. This one was also shot at 2.2. I was closing it down a little bit because it was too narrow. I actually should have opened it up a little bit more for this subject. I'm used to shooting people. So I like doing something a little bit different from time to time. It just helps me. And then when I get home and I'm editing, I can see what I might have done differently and just mentally make that change. So like for some reason, I don't know if it's because of all the hair, I just it's just really, really too much. A little bit too much bokeh there. I want more of the subject in focus. Yeah, you know what? I have a great example here of sharpness here. There we go. In portraits, I've got portraits down. I don't even have to think about it. I just shoot like 5.0, and just when I'm shooting a portrait close up like this, it's just super clear. This one actually has a touch of motion blur on it, I believe. Oh no, it's good. I think it was one of the others. Here's my 50 millimeter. Let's see. Yeah, here's my 50 millimeter. I didn't have very much space between me and the trees, so I had to pull out my 50. And shot this wide open. No, I didn't. 1.8. I keep forgetting it can go down to 1.4. Yeah. Alright, back to my piggy. Alright, I'm going to set the crop to 5.7. And I love the fact that she's sniffing this dandelion here. This is too perfect. Let's see, the light is coming directly behind her. So I'm just going to come just straight down. Also, this the 135 1.8 super fast autofocus. My 200 is manual, so that was the other thing. It's hard to nail that focus. I had to maybe double the amount of images that I took just to be sure that I got some in focus. Yeah, that's my favorite thing is taking pictures of my kids. In fact, I need to get back to that. I used to do I started out doing mostly candid photos, and it became more posed. It just kind of organically grew into more posed shots, just because I was forced into learning how to pose, because when I started doing client photos, you have to. So, but now I've kind of gotten in. I need to reverse my psychology. It's almost hard to get back into the way I used to shoot when I first started. It was more artistically based. It was more like I want to really tell a story, and in doing that, my character, which is usually one of my kids, would almost never be looking at the camera. But when you do client images, they're going to want their kids looking, at the camera and smiling and posing and all that. But I used to mix in a lot of candid images with the posed ones. But anymore, I've mostly gotten to just posing. I need to get back to more candid shots. All right. Go ahead and do some dodge and burn here. And I want that, her shadow has covered up that dandelion. I'm going to pull out the exposure on that dandelion, make it stand out a little bit more. So, because right now it's almost invisible. Just at first glance, you don't really see it. I want it to kind of pop out. It's kind of crazy that that she's looking at that dandelion there. Also, this, I don't know what this is over here, is grabbing my attention. So I'm going to pull that out of the way there. I'm going to grab a curves adjustment layer and just pull up the exposure there. I'm not going to be able to. Is this one of my articles? What did you post there, Insider? Is this one of my articles? I won't be able to pull it up. I do have two monitors going on, but they're all running stuff. There we go. Just kind of make that dandelion pop out a little bit more. Let's see if it'll let me. Oh, I can open this up. I'll see what you sent me here. Is it spam? Are you spamming me? Oh, wait. Open link. It's one of mine. Open link. Come on. A new tab. Come on. It's like wanting to download it for some reason. Okay. Open the thing. Open it. Ah, where'd it go? It doesn't want me to... You know what? I got an idea. I need a third monitor. And on my second monitor, I actually have two things going on. I don't know what it is. It just keeps downloading it. Whatever it is. Maybe, let's try this. It's not doing anything. Oh well. I'll take your word for it. I'm glad you like it. All right. Where are we going here? This one might be a little dark. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's probably my Mac. It acts up sometimes. It's probably because I have so many things going on right now. There we go. Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of brighten up the overall image with another curves adjustment layer. There's a histogram look on here. Oh, perfect. I'm liking that. Let's add some sharpness. Add my logo. There we go. So here's my Photoshop before and after. Before, after. Go ahead and save that. Well, I was gonna see if maybe it pulled it up. Sorry, yeah, my computer refuses to pull that link up for some reason. Ah, there you go. There you go. There's an idea. Send it through Messenger. Persistent. Make it work. Plus my internet's super slow. It's just showing a blank. I'm sure it'll come up. Just gotta give it some time. The internet just doesn't want me to see it. There it is, yeah. That was with my 200 2.0. That's practically my backyard. Yep, I got it. I got it. That's part of my, that was part of a course I did. Maybe. That was the promotion for the course. That was when I had the idea for the course. It's the All Things Manual course, which I'm sort of kind of... I don't think I've announced this yet. I'm sort of kind of redoing it. Only it's not going to be All Things Manual anymore. It's going to be the full package. It's going to be the Philip Homiser Photography Masterclass. There you go. I said it. And it's like half recorded. It's just, I was hoping to have it released by like October of last year, but I got way too many things going on. So I've got about half it recorded, and it's just a lot of work. It's a lot of recording, a lot of editing, a lot of that stuff. But I want to make sure I get I want to make sure I don't sacrifice quality for quantity. No, that's not the word I'm looking for. the quality of the I don't want to focus too much on the quality, the actual quality of the videos, but the quality of the content, if that makes sense. But I want it to be good all the way around. Like I want it to look and sound great, as well as I want the content to be there. I don't know what this is on her butt, but it's kind of distracting. Let's see if hopefully Content Aware will fix it. Gave her a tail. Kind of fixed it. Don't really like that. I'll do it manually. Whoops. Whoops. Come on, Mac. I'm going a little slow. There we go. Fixed it. I'm gonna remove some of these twigs over here. I'm about to wrap this session up, and my next session is senior session, which is amazing. Those images were fantastic straight out of the camera. It's like almost doesn't need any editing. That's it came out good when it's like that. When it's just one shot after another. It's just, only problem is I feel bad for my client because they're only allowed so many pictures per session, and so I walk away with like hundreds of these incredible images, and then my client has to pick out a few. Of course, they're welcome to buy, purchase extras, as many extras as they want, but it can rack up the price pretty quick. But I'm also happy to have it set up that way because I want the client to be able to pick out the photos that I want them to go and pick out the photos that they want. Prior to that, they didn't have that option. I had to pick it out for them because I just didn't have any way of having them pick them out. But now I do. It's all in the details. This little hair is kind of annoying me right here. Whoops. Go back. Okay. All right. I'm going to do the same thing with that dandelion. I'm going to make it come out a little bit more. In case you're wondering, well, hey, Bradley, from YouTube. I almost never get any comments from YouTube. What keybind am I using for the twig remover? Oh, what tool? I am using combination of Content Aware and just the patch tool. Just patch tool. It's my favorite way of removing things. I just use it, select things with it, and also Content Aware. So like I got this this blotch of of light here that's kind of distracting. I can circle it like that, and I can either drag it off like that. Oh wait, I gotta make sure I have the right layer selected. I can either drag it off like that, or I can use Content Aware by holding Shift Delete. Pops up Content Aware fill, hit OK, enter, whatever. There you go. And in case y'all are wondering, I use hotkeys for pretty much everything. Just memorize the hotkeys. Doesn't take very long, and it will substantially speed up your workflow. Like literally, just save you tons and tons of time. And on top of that, anything that I would have to build out, I've turned into actions. So just watching me, it probably doesn't look like I'm doing much, but when I hit all my keys over here, I have from F1 key all the way up to F9, all of my pre-built actions that are mine. That's frequency separation on F1, a dodge and burn, a kind of an auto dodge and burn on F2, and then a manual dodge and burn on F3. I've got a custom hairbrush, fall colors, matte slash color blend. It's just my own personal look there, which I'll be using here in a minute. Some extra sharpening, my logo, teeth whitening in case the white balance gets off, and then one that saves multiple formats of the image. It saves one for social media and one full resolution for prints. No, I'm not alone. How far was I from the pig? 16 feet and 12 inches. No, that's not right. That would be 17 feet. Maybe I should just leave it that way. Exactly. It was more like 16 feet and 11 inches. Great. I know we're fixing to get a bunch of psycho questions here. I feel like for some reason I feel like this is not painting true white. Maybe it is. Let's see. Yeah, it's true white. Just look a little gray to me for some reason. She went away. Probably a good thing. The chat box is about to blow up. She'll be back. Trust me. She'll be back. Alright, this is my... Whoop, I'm on the wrong screen here. This is my matte slash color blend action that I like. That's just kind of my own action that I put together and I use in my images. It just kind of gives this overall like kind of burned look to the whole image. Whoops. I usually like applying that at 50%. And I just kind of paint it off of my subject and let it become sort of a silhouette. Sorry, a vignette. Almost every time I say silhouette, I meant vignette. You'll almost never catch me meaning silhouette. Come on, Mac. I've got the spinning beach ball of death. There it is. I guess I can't really complain. It's literally got like 8 different applications working at the same time. Ooh, I got him. I got him, but I didn't kill him. Maybe he learned his lesson. He'll leave me alone now. That had to hurt. It's like, I heard it. Clunk. Ooh, it's running slow. It's running pretty slow. It's probably because I have like 100 projects open right now. Maybe I should close some of these down. I think I have like 3 sessions pulled up on Photoshop right now. I take this thing for granted. I forget that it is limited. I've got like 32 gigabytes of RAM, and it's is it a quad core processor? He's back. The fly is back. It's not dead. I hit it. I hit it with the paddle and it didn't even phase it. That's unbelievable. There it is. If anything, it encouraged it. Well, I might have crashed Photoshop here. Please don't crash. It'll take forever to get it back because I've got so many things going. If it recovers, I may just save it and turn it off. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Might not get it back. This doesn't happen very often. Ah, it's gonna work. Mac doesn't crash very often, but occasionally it happens. Bear with me, guys. It's thinking. I wonder if I can cancel that last action. It's really having a hard time here. I can close a few things down. What do I have? Actually, I don't really have anything else open. Got a picture open and pull that out. That's not going to be eating any resources. Close this. No, that's not eating anything. I got the bridge, Lightroom. Hey, it worked. Maybe it's still frozen though. The action went through, but I think Photoshop's still frozen. There we go. Okay, let me finish this one out. So I just need to put I just gotta put my logo on it. See if we can do this without crashing it. Just my logo. There we go. And then save it. She's back. Nope, it's fine. I didn't break it. "32 cores." Mine's 64, I think. I updated it. I kind of go into updates kicking and screaming when it comes to operating system, because it never fails. It always breaks something. All right, save that. Let me just show you how many projects I have open here. Look at that. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. I think I'm gonna, let me close some of these down. Close some of these out. Let's see here. Just bear with me for a minute. I'm just gonna close them all out. I don't remember doing that one. Yeah, just bear with me for a minute. I'm gonna close down a few of these. This might be. I'm not sure if it's labor intensive holding projects in the background. I'm really not sure. I mean, I really can't complain. I've got this Mac works and runs so well that I get so many programs running at the same time. I have a bad habit of just leaving everything running in the background and forgetting to turn things off. And so things will start getting slow or freezing up, and I'll be like, "What's wrong with you, Mac?" And it's like, you've got like 1,000 programs going in the background. Turn something off. Natasha, just let me know when you need me to come in. I think I've got 2 more images to do to wrap this session up. If you need me to come in and help with the kids, they're not going to bed for another hour yet. Excuse me. You just send them all out here to me. That would be entertaining. The problem is, as soon as they see that the camera's on, it would all be over. They would be like standing on my desk trying to get in front of the camera. I don't know why I'm like individually closing each one of these down. I guess I could just close down Photoshop and open it back up. I guess you know what, let's just do that. Let's just do it. It's gonna be the same thing. I still have to, it's just gonna be a little faster. Had 2 of the same image pulled up there. That was interesting. All right, there we go. Go ahead and reboot Photoshop. Give it a break. All right, Piggy. Okay, I'll finish it. can turn Frozen on for them. They'll be good for an hour and 2.5 hours. But what time is it here? It's 7 o'clock exactly. It's just fixing to turn 7. I'm assuming you're in. Are you in France? What's the? Are you in Italy? Where are you? What's the time over there? I got on. One is still on. I got on, not this morning, but yesterday. It was like 4 o'clock. I can get on at 3, because sometimes I just want to get on for my European friends. That way, it's a normal time over there. I'm always working, so it doesn't really matter to me. 2 a.m. So you would be one of my morning. You would be one of the ones coming on in the morning. I should go live. How about this? Maybe I'll go live tomorrow morning at about 3:30. But if you're up at 2 o'clock a.m. right now, you probably won't be up tomorrow at that time. Which would be what? If it's 2 o'clock, if it's 3:30 here, what would it be over there? If it's 7 now, it's 2 a.m. there. Whew. So it's 5 hours back, right? So it would be 12. It'd be in the middle of the day for you. It'd be about 12:30 p.m. I caught the fly. I caught the fly and I killed the fly. I caught it with my bare hands. See that? Look at that. Take that. Fly is dead. For everybody out there. Budapest. So, Perry, do you do photography? Is this your career? And if so, how has the how's the apocalypse affected your business? Over there in Budapest. I'm just now starting to pick sessions back up. As long as there's less than 10 people. It's not really anybody can do about it. We're still social distance. I'm like a mile away with my telephoto lenses. Problem is just finding the clients that are willing to do it. People are getting fed up here now. People don't care anymore. They're done. Everybody's done. This has gone on way too long. No, it's not. It sure is not. It's not cool at all. And I don't know how they handle things there. I don't think, like here in the U.S., they kind of made it didn't really make it mandatory. They've locked things down. They've made it encourage people to stay in their homes as much as possible. They're not really forcing anybody to, I guess. They just have guidelines, and it's like it's less than 10 people and whatnot. I think it's pretty much the same worldwide. Right, yeah, obviously you're not going to be doing weddings and stuff. That's kind of how I am here. We actually have not been affected. Like if I didn't know, like if I just wasn't, if I was in a cave or something, if I was a recluse, I would have no idea this was even happening. Really, it really hasn't affected us that bad, except for my photography business, obviously. I still have a full-time job, and that hasn't been affected, at least on my part. We had to let a few people go. I'm not required to wear a mask yet, but I'm also not around people. I was at Walmart earlier today, and literally everybody in there had a mask. I think I was the only one that didn't. I was starting to feel like I was starting to stand out a little bit. But aside from going to the store, I'm just not around people that much. And even when I'm out on a photo shoot, I can still social distance, because with this thing, my 135, I'm pretty far away. In fact, people that see me, if they see how far away I am from my subjects on any of my articles, they'll call me a predator, because it looks like I'm stalking people because I'm so far away taking pictures. Ooh. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. Can she teach online? Of course, there's only so much you can do online. I don't know what this is in the background here. It's kind of grabbing my attention. I want to see if I make it go away. There we go. I'm just looking up at the preview up here. Sometimes things will jump out at me, which is a little distracting. Like this right here is a bit distracting, but I don't know that it's going to remove easily. I think it's going to be more of a nightmare than not. Hey, it's actually not too bad. There we go. Cool. So it's like one-on-one kind of teaching. Is it like? Yeah. It's hard to translate some of that stuff online, depending on what it is. Things are running much smoother now that I closed down those 20 plus project I had running in the background. Julene, hold on. While you're on, I got a question for you. It's on the last image. Uh-oh, where's my Lightroom? Right. I have a question. Hold on. On this image, do you want me to remove you? I have your arm and your leg where you're feeding them. Would you like me to leave that or remove it? Thought I'd ask since I have you on. Ah, she's in the what's it called? like nails, like fingernails. That's cool. Yeah, I could teach that online, I guess. It'd almost be like the barbers having to try to tell people how to cut their own hair. I bet that would be super frustrating. Yeah, that would be very difficult online. It'd be like me trying to explain, maybe, I don't know, how to use a camera online. I'm like, this button over here, can you see this button? If you twist this over here and then you go over here, and I don't know. Try to explain that. I guess it'd be kind of like that. Julene, are you still on? I'm going to assume you want me to remove you. If not, I can go back. I can change it. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove you if I don't hear from you soon. Let's see, the sun would be coming from this direction on this one. You can see on the dog's behind here which direction the light is coming from. So the funny story behind this picture, the dog photobombed this one, and she liked it, so we want to keep the dog in there. But the only downside is I was shooting sort of with the idea of a portrait. Well, I was shooting almost wide open. I think it's was it shooting at 2.0? Yeah, shooting at 2.0, extremely narrow depth of field. So so Pig is out. Pig's a little out of focus in this one. Oh yeah, that's such a huge business. That's huge. A lot of people will get into their nails. It's pulling up actually, by the way. That link is working. Go check it out. Yeah, the big. I was thinking that it was gonna be the big nails and things like that, like some of those exotic big long nails and stuff. I can't see your chat right now, by the way. It's gonna load. It might not load any more than that. It's just my internet's super slow. It just loaded like just like the profile picture and then nothing else. Oh, there it goes. Now it's loading. Okay, wow, that is crazy. Oh, those like custom. Whoa, what? That's an art form in itself. Yeah, I see why she has such a following there. It's pretty cool. Those are some insane nails. What would be a good example for a guy? Let's see. Cameras, maybe. Julene, did you hear my previous question? Are you still on? Did you want me to remove you out of this image or leave you? Let me go back to the original here. Whoops. While I've got you on. I'm assuming you want me to remove you. If not, let me know. Because I've already removed you here in Photoshop. Thanks. Is it is it Rondi? I'm sorry, I'm so bad with names. Oh, I'm at 50% opacity. That's why it's not. There we go. Perry, I was trying to think of an example of what what we could like translate over as guys. Maybe tattoos. I don't know. That's a big thing. Of course, that's for guys and gals. Just think of something you're into that's artistic, but also, I don't know. This would be similar, I guess, like body piercings and tattoos and things. In a sense, it's all a form of art, right? But I can totally see why. I mean, are those all custom made? Because, holy cow. Are they painted on like that? Like, does she have like one of those little tiny blow painter things, or is it all hand painted on? No, I'm almost interested. I want to go check it out. Not for me. I'm just curious to see how they do it. Julian, I think Julian's like coming in small bursts. I think I keep missing her. All hand painted. Julian, you've got to be on. this is funny. I know you're on. You just posted on Facebook. With tiny brushes. All hand painted with tiny brushes. Have you ever seen those guys that draw like these these masterpieces on like a piece of rice? It's kind of what I was thinking of. I don't know why. Okay, I need to wrap this one up. I think the kids' movie is almost over, and I need to start uploading the full resolution versions of these images. And send them on their way. And then get started on the next session. That'll be later tonight, though. Maybe. Haven't been getting much sleep lately. We'll just see how long I go. There we go. Done. If anybody has any last minute questions, now would be the time to ask. If any of you are wondering, I use Shootproof on for delivering my images. It's been super useful. What I really like about it is the fact that you can let your clients choose their photos. It's been huge. No. Period. No, it's not late. It's not late at all. It's early. it's very, very early. It's very early for you. By all means, yeah, go to bed. I would totally go to bed right now if I could. I got like 4.5 hours of sleep last night. I'll likely be up late again tonight and then back up at 3 in the morning. But yeah, what I like about Shootproof is I upload low resolution images from all the images from the sessions, all except for the ones that I culled out. And then the client can go in there and they can choose which ones they like, and then I can see the ones they chose and I can go back and edit them and then re-upload them. I'll upload the full resolution version. Ruben's in bed? Oh, he's in trouble. I thought he was sick. It's not like him to go to bed. Well, Perry, thanks for keeping the conversation going. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up too. Well, it is almost bedtime for kids. Almost. It's about 40 minutes yet. All right, so I don't know if those are gonna upload or not. Julian, I don't know if you're still watching. These may or may not be uploaded tonight. The internet goes super slow in the evening, so probably not. But they should be in the morning. So, this one was fun. This one was a load of fun. And I'm going to keep the gallery open if you're still watching, in case you want to choose some more. What do I use to edit? I use Lightroom and Photoshop. And if you want to choose just one, I would choose Photoshop because you have sort of a version of Lightroom on Photoshop called Adobe Camera Raw. But I love both programs. So Lightroom, this is Lightroom right here. It helps me I have all my images pulled up here. It's helpful for categorization, but it's also helpful for just very, very quick basic edits. Getting the colors right, the exposure right, the composition. Very quick, easy tools, some painting tools and such. And you can also save presets and whatnot, and it just really speeds up the workflow. But then when you need to do any more major editing, like removing things, like I removed Julian's hand here, then I bring it over to Photoshop, and I do all the more somewhat complicated editing in Photoshop. But Photoshop also has, here's the Adobe Camera Raw, which is basically all the same tools that's in Lightroom, except for the organization tools, the categorizing of the images, none of that. So yeah, Photoshop and Lightroom Cc. I use the Cc, the cloud version, which is like $10 a month. I'm sure that's changed probably. I have the full Adobe suite, which I think is $50 a month, but I got a deal. It's like I got it for like $30 a month. But in my opinion, if you just the photography bundle, it comes with Photoshop, Lightroom, and Adobe Bridge, and a few other programs. I think when I had it was $10, which is a steal as far as I'm concerned, in my opinion. But I think the price might have gone up a little bit. They might have doubled it. It might be $20 now. But still, if you are doing this for a business, it's totally worth it. If you're doing it for a hobby, I mean, you're not signing a contract or anything. You're not tied to it. So if you get it and you decide it's not for you, you don't have to keep paying for it. You can just let it go. Oh, Perry, okay, before you go, let me pull up something real quick. If you go to, not my bank, if you go to my website, my Philip Homiser Academy website, I'm sure you've probably been here, maybe not. But I have a ton of watch me edit videos on there. If it'll pull up. I thought I already had it opened up. But anyway, in case it doesn't load. In fact, that very image might be on there, the one that you pulled up. And I'm having a promotion right now. Oh, I think I lost the internet. Am I still live? Anyway, promotion code is Corona Break. One word, Corona Break. It'll get you 50% off. The classes, the Watch Me Edit videos are typically $20, so you can get it for $10 right now. You can get any of those Watch Me Edit videos for $10, and you can use that promo code as many times as you want. And this promotion is going to go on for the life of COVID-19. As long as there's a Corona going around, that promotion code will be going, or until we're all dead. If the virus kills us all, then it'll just keep running internally. Hopefully that won't happen. Oh, come on, load up. I'm gonna close some things down here. I was hoping it would pull up so I could show you, so I could see if that one's available on there. I need to actually add some to it. Add some new Watch Me Edits. I had a few requests recently, and I was going to do it, and then I got busy again. Well, it might not load. I don't know how I'm streaming, but then it won't load a website. There we go. Oh no, it's broken. It's not going to show it. Not going to show. It's starting to show, but when it starts looking like this, you know it's not going to load properly. It's not my website, it's just the internet. Come on. Wow, why is it going so slow? I'll pull up my phone. Yeah, it's not gonna pull up. I'll pull up real quick and check. Oh, it's gonna load. Yeah, I don't think my phone's gonna work either. We're in a rural area and the internet is absolutely ridiculous here. So, and it's raining. So, and our internet is satellite. So anytime there's a cloud cover, it affects it. And also the LTE on my phone's not working. It was not meant to be. Just go there, go philiphomiceracademy.com, and you can scroll through and see if it's there. And again, that promo code is Corona Break. One word, Corona Break. I'll get you 50% off because that's not going to show. But anyway, I'm gonna go put my kiddos, go get them ready for bed and put them to sleep. And then I'll be back at it. And I may or may not go live. Close it down. It's not going to work. So here's a preview of my next session. This is straight out of the camera, unedited. It's going to be awesome. There's every single image from this session was like this. It's just every now and then those sessions are just perfect. All right, so with that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you so much for watching. And do I have a link on my page? I should. I have a link. Okay. I was just about to get off. Okay. If you go to just philiphomicer.com, just my name, that link will be on my page. If you go to philiphomicer.com, which probably also won't pull up, there's a link on the top, the link in the menu that says training. I think it says more info or something like that. And if you click that, there's a link in there that says training. That will take you to my Philip Homicer Academy. Yeah, this is probably not going to pull up. So anyway, yeah. And if you go to my page, the link there should take you to just my website. And then you can go to the Academy website from there. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for the conversation. It's always great when people actually get on and converse, because it gets very boring very quick when I go live and absolutely nobody contributes to the conversation. So appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. I will see